Speak out suffered. Every day you are raped, pregnant because of rape, dying because of rape, AIDS because of rape. How long and how long? Unsafe in our townships, humiliating in hospitals. Why keep us silent? How long and how long? Our dignity has passed, our plans has failed. We have cried until our face became red. We depend to the evil nurses for comfort, to the notorious police for protection. They don't feel our pain. They just like rapists. Their turn are coming. How long to suffer and how long? My name is Funeka Soldaat. I'm doing voluntary work for rape crisis. I will be having this campaign called the Justice Denied campaign, looking at the sexual offence bill, because till now it's still the parliament didn't pass it as an act. Well, it's very important for me to, as a lesbian person, because the definition of rape, still they use the 1957 Act, and I think this is the time that they have to change it.
As a Xhosa person, as a Xhosa male from Transkei, I'm totally against lesbians and gays. To me, it's not. It was not created by God, and biblically so. Even customary-wise, as African people, we are totally against gays and lesbians. It shouldn't be allowed to exist within our community because it confuses the young people, especially the kids.
Homophobic still there and it's going to be there, but it's controllable these days. Homophobic, it's very controllable. You have to give community a space to adjust in order that they have to understand things. I think just because I grew up in the rural areas or otherwise where from the cities, it's really difficult to really say when that because I didn't have time to notice there was something different about myself. Later, too much later, I think I was doing standard 8, and then really I started to see there is something that's going on. I started to feel so lonely. I started to figure out what's really going on, and that I love other women. It's not a big deal. It's just you see the community, it makes it a big deal because I don't fit on the package that's given to different people. Like the men have its own package and the women have its own package. So I don't belong within either those two. Most of the people, they like their life, you see, is to be a lesbian is just to have sex and have luxury. To me, really, it's very tricky because if you leave the area and you go in town, when you come back, you don't fit the community, and then that's where the problem now starts. And then we become to assume it's very homophobic to stay in a place.
Yabona mos uyayazi nawe abantu abazi-lesbian uyayazi inathi inkqubo yabo banjani na so ndabona nomuntu athandana naye ba ikwangumuntu ongumama andibona mahluko kuba engumuntu othandana nomnye iyafana nje nathi bantu bango because into abayenza yile nto siyenzayo nathi nalaphayana so
I've told people, guys, I'll be married in December. And then people will think, oh, have you already organized the church, the gay church in town? I say, no, not the gay church in town. In my community. And then they say, damn, Funeka, no. We are committing a suicide. I say, I'll see then. And then I go to my street committees and I let them know that this is what's going to happen in this day. I didn't ask permission. I just told them what's going to happen. And it was nice because when they go and fetch my girlfriend in Cooks, and my girlfriend was already wearing the white dress, and the community was already here. They were full of people. But nothing happens. People were dancing outside, and they were having gifts, give me gifts, and all that stuff. My girlfriend's family, they didn't come, and my family was here. And they always tease me about that, my family, that when are you going to pay lobola? And it was so heterosexual. The women from the community, they have to take my girlfriend, call her Makode at that time, and they have to take her somewhere. Then that they have to talk the woman stuff, and then I have to stay here with men. And it was for me, it was like a little bit too much. And I was like, but the main thing for me is that they've got the message. Later we decided, let's just separate. Sometimes we couldn't understand each other, the way we do things as an activist. It wasn't really not going to be easy, I mean, to survive in that. And myself was moving too fast, you see. I couldn't have time to wait. I started to do coming out to a guy called Tami Manqela. She was the ex-MK member. Timing at that time was right for me, but the way I've done it, it hit back to me very, very bad. In such a way, I lost my mother for a long time, for 10 years, not speaking with my mother, because I didn't really have time. You see, I didn't have time that I have to try to ask questions. I just said, it's here I am, it's what's happening. I think it was better if I've done it personal for me, coming out for myself, and then to the family, and then to the community. If I've done that, maybe things were going to be better for me. The challenge for lesbians themselves, that they have to be part and parcel of the community, because sometimes we tend to have our own islands. I mean, the time for that, I mean, it's over.